Welcome back to In the Loop. I am Loopin III. I have found a few things that caught my interest this week. Let's get in the loop.
Write and record as much as you can all of the time. And instead of thinking of it as, think of it as a hobby. Just think my hobby is I'm going to write and record songs. And then there'll come a time through that process where you look back and go, I think this batch is ready to share with people.
Rick Ruben at it again. He always has amazing sentiments for creatives. His insight helps me let go more, especially of any preconceived notions. What are people going to think? Making it your hobby or your thing without thinking of the business when it comes to art is what I feel sets you free. You have to be able to disconnect from what other people may think to what are you feeling, and then let it go. I love seeing creators think out of the box with their content, with their videos, with what art they're bringing to the world. And this is a dope concept to drive a box truck around. You have enough space inside to stay safe with still getting a wild shot of out at the city. Now, raw concept definitely got my mind moving on video ideas.
2 years gonna go by and you're gonna be over that idea because you've grown as a person, and it's gonna be like, damn, I didn't knock that idea out. I have a few of those where I was like, I should have just shot that damn video. And now I'm not there no more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wish that could have existed and I could have done that. So don't let that stop you, please.
I feel like all artists can relate to this, to where you're working on that thing, that idea, and you're putting so much time in it, taking so much time on it, or not doing enough time on it. And it just sits there slowly building or slowly being added to. And then you take so long that the idea is not even you anymore, or you don't have motivation to finish or create the idea anymore because you have changed. This is definitely hitting home for me, creating things and then waiting too long to ever let it go to the world that it's not me anymore, so I don't finish creating it. Create your ideas to the best of your abilities at that given time and just let it go.
Also, a big part of the whole thing with sampling is like, you're showing who you are. You're showing what your influences are. You're almost showing how you grew up. And the realest ones, you're trying to pay homage to this thing. So you're honoring it with those details.
Earl hit heavy on the sampling, the idea behind sampling, how it can resonate. I love sample production. It's one of my deepest passions. And he said it amazingly. It shows my influences, my inspirations. You're able to gather sound and showcase your thoughts through those inspirations and make it your own and recreate, recraft, redesign. And make something that was older, if that's what you choose to sample, into something new and updated. Or just take something that inspired you and recraft it into a whole nother audio experience. Earl Sweatshirt, you definitely have an amazing sentiment on sampling. I dig this right here.
Apple's been very clear about it. You want to get into their editorial playlists, give me an Atmos mix. And we've seen it. We've seen it happen with multiple albums, full albums, showing up on editorial playlists on Apple because they've had the Atmos versions.
Apple has a whole section on Apple Music of just spatial music. There's a whole section of Apple Music that is just dedicated to spatial music. And I've been in that section and I've discovered multiple artists just from going through their playlists. You quoted it earlier saying that there's 200 of the top, 200 top.
Billboard Top 100, 98% are also available in Atmos.
Yeah, and all the major labels are doing Atmos right now because they know that if they do Atmos, they're going to get better playlisting. So it's a no-brainer for them.
Wow, so this is very interesting. They're saying having an Atmos mix gets you better playlisting because that is a technology or function that they're pushing. So 98% of the Billboard Top 100 have an Atmos mix as well. And that's where in the studio, you have all these speaker setups all around, and it's spatial mixing. It's a dope concept for music to be able to hear things spatially. It's not just a left or a right pan, like left speaker, right speaker, stereo. Now you get all around you, behind me, to the left, to the right, back about 2 feet a little bit. So it's a really dope technique and execution as far as recording and then a listening experience. But for you to get better playlisting just because you have that available, it's a little fishy, but I get it. There's certain games played in the streaming era with big businesses, but I mean, it happens all the time. There's a technology or there's a focus people want to implement, then you get incentive and get pushed by using said technology. I feel like that's even with like social medias. They add new features. You see all these videos, all these clips of people talking about, hey, here's a new thing on so-and-so app. Use this and your video will get pushed. And I get that as far as the company of the social media wanting more people to utilize what they're creating. How do people get content they're actually interested in without getting the muddied up pushed to you content? But Atmos is dope, but getting preferential treatment, I don't know. I do not know.
Bro, I'm telling you, this gonna change the game. This is my album.
Your album?
Yeah, man. It's called a Fizzy.
A Fizzy?
Yeah, look, I'll show you how it works.
What?
Yeah, man. It's straight live and direct, plug and play.
Wait, you plug it in your phone?
Yup. And boom, just like that, it pops up in your files.
Yo.
You got your whole album right there, man.
Damn, wait, what app is that?
It's not an app. It's just in your files, bro.
Damn, what if I have an Android?
It's cool because it's USB-C. It works on any device.
What if I don't have USB-C?
See, that's where we got it covered. Everybody got a USB.
Wait, what? It has regular USB?
Yeah, man. You could even plug it in your car if you wanted to.
Wait, so then what? You flip it around?
Yeah, man. You see?
Oh, dang, that's so cool. Wait, so you don't even need like Wi-Fi to listen to this?
Nah, man. As soon as you get this, it's yours.
Damn, so you own the music?
You own the music.
Wow.
Live and direct.
Oh, how can I get that?
It's available on my website right now.
I love seeing the physical form of media and music and art coming to the forefront like this, or at least making some noise. This is called a Fizzy. It looks like a card with all of his music on it that connects USB-C or USB. I think one of the biggest things of having things outside of the streaming system, it's harder for people to get a hold of it. You used to have iTunes where you could just buy stuff. It's connected. It's all there. It's all physical. They still have it, but everything is so forward focused on streaming. What if, say you send a song, go to this website and have my music and buy it, but then how do you play it? There's not CD players everywhere, so how are you going to sell CDs? There's not cassette players everywhere, how are you going to sell tapes? And I like that it's going back in that direction, though, as far as physical media. And I think this helps bridging somewhat of a gap to then still own the songs and still have the songs and still be able to support the artist directly versus just being on a streaming site and have everything at your fingertips. I'm excited to see where these type of devices or these type of mediums, I like this concept a lot. I'm going to look into the Fizzy and see what type of customization you can do, how many songs can you put on it. I think this just gives another component to connecting with fans and people who like your art. Oh, but I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for this.
Come to my studio, record some work, walk out and don't pay your studio time. I own that masters. And until you pay me, I own that work. Because who pay for the studio time own the masters. Simple as that. If somebody take up your work, like sometimes you do some work with some artists, and them gone with the work, and it's cool. Very cool. Just go and check Muso and see how the money add up. And then when you reach a lawyer level, you send a lawyer so when them get fee cut, you're not taking out a pocket.
Why, yes, sir. If you're doing the work, you should get paid for it. And I feel like that should be a clause in everyone that's mixing and mastering and making music, that if you're not getting paid for that aspect of it, you should keep the master until you get paid. I know some people think of, well, they didn't make the music. Yeah, well, they got it to where it sounds right now, and to be able to put it out. Stay true and righteous with the people you work with and pay up when it's due. And everybody can work together and make amazing things. All you audio engineers, make sure you got a clause like this so you're not losing out on any of your money.
With the United States going more and more digital, Asia is taking it back to the old school. While the U.S. music industry leans almost entirely on streaming, 84% of revenue comes from platforms like Spotify, with only 11% accounting for physical sales. Asia's proving there is another way. K-pop has cracked the code. In 2023, 29 albums sold over 1 million copies in just 1 week, with 74% of fans still buying physical albums, merch, and exclusives. In Japan, the world's #2 music market, it takes it even further. CDs often outsell digital, and Tower Records still thrives, while United States music stores have all but vanished. This isn't just nostalgia, it's strategy. Albums are bundled with photo cards, collectibles, and fan experiences that drive loyalty and repeat buys. With photo cards, collectibles, and fan experiences that drive loyalty and repeat buys, spawning a booming boy paper resale industry worth millions. Globally, music revenue has hit $45.5 billion in 2023, and streaming growth is stalling. While East Asia keeps physical formats alive and culture at the center, the lesson here, when fans feel invested, they don't just stream, they buy in, show up, and build the culture.
That last part was very important. Fans show up, show out, participate, and build the culture. It sounds like East Asia is doing it big as far as keeping physical ownership alive. And it's an amazing thing to see in a world that's so digital, so pushed to digital, so focused on digital. And everybody's so focused on numbers and physical copies of music and physical merchandise and tangible things that artists can provide. In this case, in music, is showing in the numbers, which is dope because people gravitate to what they think works and where they think works. This showcases how you can really build with fans and with your community and create culture around real art that people can have. People love ownership of things. Being able to sell something to someone and you get 100% because you owned the process of it, to then be able to sell it to someone and they own that artifact, that piece, that thing. I love seeing people excited about having art and owning art and being part of the conversations around art to build culture and keep culture alive. I think that's why an importance on a lot of physical aspects matter. Having a painting up in your house that you know an artist put time and effort on that exact thing right there, set up in your house. And it's not just a print. It's not just a print it off, rolled it up, sent to you, put up there. Like, you own the piece of somebody's essence and creative expression is amazing. Just like I miss CD booklets in jewel cases of CDs to see the producers and look at the album art. Having that in your hand as you sit there and do it, it's a lot different of a feeling compared to just scrolling and looking on your screen. K-pop in Japan cracks the code, it says here, and it seems like they're leaning on physical media, and that's showing up in the numbers. So kudos to them. I love to see it, and this ties back into the Fizzy card we saw earlier, being able to create ownership. So keep creating, keep giving people experiences, and giving people something to cherish.
Whoa, heads up. Spotify just changed their terms of agreement. Here's what is new, and here's what it means for anybody who's uploading content. You still own what you upload, but Spotify can pass the rights to use your stuff onto their partners and affiliates. You don't get paid for any of it. And once you say yes, you can't take the rights back. Spotify can also copy, share, and remix, which means they can build new things from your content. They can translate it, they can use it however they want, forever, everywhere. And that includes new tech that we don't even know about. Plus, you give up moral rights, which means they don't credit you, and you can't complain if it gets used in a way that you don't like. So think about that. Personally, myself, I took all of my stuff off Spotify last night. I'm not good with it.
Okay, Spotify, at it as always. It seems like your content can get utilized, remixed, and influenced with, and you don't get paid for it. You give them permission to upload any of it. So this kind of even harkens back to the physical aspect of art and the physical aspect of media. I think these huge companies are taking advantage of every single little aspect so much and so heavy that there's going to be pushback from society and the art collective as a whole. When it comes to big companies being able to take advantage of artists, it takes real players, real big money people, real artists that make a lot and have a lot of pull and a big voice to really help make change and help change the system that this is. I feel like anybody who creates art in any way should be able to be compensated. Anybody that likes to consume that art or is a fan or likes to support. So all this being said, get out here, support your artists, support people's work that you love, keep on enjoying what they create. This was another episode of In the Loop. I am Loopin III. See you next time.